Brink, yeah, real. Yeah, we went on Brink TV so good. Do I fall asleep too? Still done. Dude, what's going on? Good. Hey, right here. One thing about it, I had to clear out some of the songs for copyright issues. But things got great coming to the platform. Sleep, fell asleep, took a little nap. It was great. Okay, back doing well. We got break coming through. To the Memphis side, drive. Yeah, go over the line earlier. Man, I met this dude yesterday, Greg's like CEO. Like this, like, man, supposed to be entering Brink TV. We supposed to get our at 12. I nodded off. So, trying to see if we don't get our down. It's pretty bad. Yeah. And we, just trying to see if we don't come through. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the last video. Like, really go check them out. Uh, this the band behind the music. Yeah, really them folks coming through. Here you go. Here you go. What's going on, man?
What up, man? How you doing?
Oh shit. Hold on. My bad. My bad. I say it again.
I said, what up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing fine, man. Appreciate you coming through the platform, bro.
Ain't none. Ain't none.
Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright. Turn my ear down. So. Yeah, I appreciate you coming through though, bro.
Ain't none. Ain't none. Yeah, we had a few
Yeah,
technical difficulties last time, but we got it right now.
yeah, man. Free technical difficulties, bro. Yeah, it's an honor to have you on the platform, man. Like for real. Like I was telling them earlier, you probably don't remember, but I remember like a few years ago when I first got out of prison, I had contacted you about an interview, and so it's just an honor to be able to come back around and get you on the platform. You know what I'm saying?
That what's up,
For
man.
real, for real.
That what's up.
So first of all, a question I want to ask, I ask to all Memphians or pretty much anybody is man, give me the good, bad, and the ugly about the city.
All right, so the good, I would say the cost of living is incredible. Like you can't
I
beat
heard that
living
out
in
here.
Memphis, man. Like you can have honestly, you can have a couple 100,000 and live like a king. Like the cost of living is phenomenal here. The bad, mm, I would say the bad is definitely the crime rate. I know crime everywhere, but at the same time, like cats be so hungry that they'll do anything just to come up.
Right,
And I think it's kind of vicious here. It's more vicious than other cities I've been to. Um, I've been to other cities like Mobile. That's one of the murder capitals.
right,
Mobile, Alabama. I done been to Little Rock. That's another murder capital, pretty much. Obviously I lived in Atlanta. But Memphis, it's a different type of vicious. Even when I lived in New York, I lived in New York when I was a teenager. I didn't see what I see here there. I just didn't see it. I remember my first day when I moved to New York. It was a gang of girls walking up and down the street trying to fight some other girl, but they were trying to stab, and that shocked some people. It didn't shock me, but if it was
right,
Memphis, they would have had the strap. They would have had their pistol out. So that's why I say
right.
Memphis is a whole different type of vicious. As far as the ugly, the biggest ugly in Memphis to me is uh the cliche that they say crabs in a bucket, crabs in a barrel. A lot of times people in this city, man, when they get access to something like a plug or somebody who can help facilitate
They
make them
close
some
the door.
money, they hold on to it. They hold on tight, they gatekeep, they do all that type of stuff. So that's the ugliest thing about Memphis to me.
Okay, okay. I like them answers, man. For real, for real. Them three different answers that I haven't heard yet. What part of the city you from,
I'm from South Memphis, man, over there at Pine Hill, South Side. I call it 38106 in part. Cause
They were going
it's
on. Okay,
like
then.
it's like South Memphis BET. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, Key Glock grew up on the same street I'm from.
Man, that's what's up then. So okay, so let me ask you this then. Okay, you from the South, I'm from the South. I've interviewed a lot of people from the South right now.
Yeah.
What's the heart of the South to you though, man?
Mm,
Give me the heart of the South to you.
the heart of the South to me probably is like Parkway, like Parkway, like over there where fly from. To me that's the heart of the South.
Like
Even though
over
that
there.
ain't exactly my neighborhood, I just feel like that's the capital of South Memphis. Player Flat, wherever he's from, that's the capital of South Memphis.
I got it, I got it. So okay, so going into your history a little bit, let's see who you grew up on musically. That's one of the artists that you grew up on, Player Fly.
Definitely 3-6 Mafia would be first and foremost. 3-6, 8 Ball MJG. Um, Outside of that, Player Fly, Gangsta Black, Tom Ski Mask, uh, Al Capone. Um, that's pretty much who I grew up on. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Like I caught on to a lot of stuff later, like Tommy Wright the third. Even though he my cousin, like we realized we was each other family as adults, but I caught on to him a little bit later. Uh,
Okay.
I remember my big brothers; they was playing like Squeaky, DJ Squeaky, whatnot. But mainly, like I say, 3-6 Ball and G man. That's who I was rocking with.
Gotcha, gotcha. So what was it like coming up in the South, man? Over there, Pine Hill area. You said you and Glock from the same street. What was it like? What was early childhood like?
It was cool. It was cool. Growing up in South Memphis, Pine Hill, South Side area. I actually went to South Side part of my 11th grade year. It was cool. It was so different because like my street was like super calm, but every street around the neighborhood was just like active. We hear gunshots every day, every night. I remember because I used to ride the bus to this optional school called Willow Oaks, and it was mostly white kids there. And I would come to school every day talking about how they were shooting last night, and all the white kids was scared. They was like, "Did somebody die? Oh my god!" All that type of stuff. And it was a real different culture shock. Growing up, I'm seeing all this stuff, and then I go to as they say, optional school, and the culture is way different. It was just different. Like it was different. Like I feel like South Memphis definitely made me. It definitely molded me and shaped me into being the person that I am. You know, Knowing how to get down any part of town. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know how to move. I feel like South Memphis taught me how to move, and not just in Memphis. It taught me how to move anywhere. Like I knew how to move in Atlanta. I know how to spot scammers. I know how to spot people who shisty. Like it's just South Memphis taught me how to move.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day, and basically it was breaking down Memphis. Like I've been saying this on my platform, like using the word ism. And a lot of us think that isms just come from pimping or
Pimping
something like
right.
that.
Yeah.
But really, I had this guy named. You ever heard of Kenny Kane? This rapper
Yeah.
named Kenny Kane.
Bop.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had Kenny Kane on my show, and I went back and did a clip from when he was talking about. He got a CD called Memphis Pimpin'. And I asked him to break that down. And he's like, man, Memphis basically ain't nothing but some ism. Like game. Like we just a game type of city far as we so used to niggas trying to play up on us to where we just pick up on it. So
Yeah.
it ain't that we trying to run game on you. It's so many people that in this city run games, so you gotta be game type from an early age. So that's what it's about though.
Right. Right. And I definitely agree with that word ism, man, because Memphis, we got our own culture. We got our own terminology. We got our own slang. We got our own everything. And the embodiment of Memphis is the word ism. Like Memphis is its own dialect. Like the way we be
Right.
saying man and dog and bruh and everything. Like no other city is like this city. And this city, I feel like this city prepares you for the world. They always say you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, bro. If you can make it in Memphis, you for sure can make it anywhere.
Fact, fact, fact. Um, did you ever see Glock coming up on your? What street did you grow up on over there?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say it because he
Yeah, you
still
gonna
got
say the
family
truth.
over there. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I,
okay, okay,
off the
gotcha,
strength of
gotcha,
that.
gotcha,
But
gotcha.
yeah, I saw Glock every day pretty much. It's a big age difference between us two, but obviously me seeing him growing up, it was cool. Like he was just that badass little boy. Like
Right,
always into something, always doing something. Like dude he was like real live Dennis the Menace. Like that's how Glock was, as a kid. And it's crazy
right,
because it was a group of us who was coming up and he was way younger than us, but he used to tag along, hang with us. Like when we be in the yard wrestling, you know, he be coming in trying to wrestle too, but he's so little he'd get hurt. Like everything we do, he was running up, falling up behind us trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But Glock, like I say, Glock always been a bad little dude, bad little dude. I can remember as he started getting up in age, like I had just got Brink TV on Comcast, and even though I was on TV, like I still had a square job, regular job, everything. I remember one day driving home from work, and as soon as I pulled on the street, he saw my car and he started chasing the car. And so I pull up in my driveway. He finally come right behind me, out of breath, breathing hard. And he's like, "Hey Brink, I rap. Here go my CD. Check it out. I want to be on your show one day." And I was like, "Oh, okay. That what's up. That
what
what's
would
up. I'm
you
gonna
say
check
the
it out."
age was at that age?
Glock was probably, I'm thinking probably like maybe 13, 14, somewhere in
Mm,
there. Yeah, he was a
okay,
teenager. He was a teenager back then. But he was just so little, you know what I'm saying? He was young. And he gave me the CD, wanted me to check it out. And I did check it out. And like it's crazy because I finally moved away from the hood like right after that, because I had been staying there for a minute. Finally moved away from
right,
the hood, got an apartment in East Memphis, and kind of, I still go over there, but kind of lost contact. So apparently, like he got in some type of trouble or whatever. I don't know if he got locked up or what, but I ain't never see him no more. And then next thing you know, he's Key Glock, him and Dot, and
right.
I'm like, wait a minute, that's my key, that's the look, So it's just crazy how stuff work. You know what I'm saying? And
You
I
think he still
still,
remembers you?
yeah, he do. He do. He do. Yep, he do. I had it's been times where he'll post on Instagram and I would comment and say something that only we would know, and then he'll comment back. So yeah, he definitely remember. I talked to his grandma every now and then, you know what I'm saying? And he definitely remember. It just scheduling is crazy. That's somebody
That's
who I
one.
really for sure want on my show. Like for real, for
That's
real.
what I'm finna say. That's one that's got the line up. They're gonna come back around. It's gonna
Right.
feel good when you do that one for sure, for sure.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
Exactly.
uncomfortable in there, for
it's
real,
just
for
so
real.
it's just so crazy like how everything go, man. Like you never truly know who's gonna be what, who's gonna do what. And that's why it's important to be nice to people, because you never know who go turn into what. Like I say, man, Key Glock grew up on my street, and if I would have just turned them away, like, man, nah, little nigga, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just you never know. But like I say, his family and my family, we super close, stuff like that. Like he be whenever he pull up, in the city, it be low key, because obviously everything. But yeah, yeah, it's love, man.
I got a big cousin who went to. I want to say she went to Southside. Man, you might know. But anyway, she went to Southside for a little minute, and her and Key Glock mother. I think they grew up with each other. You know what I'm saying? She speak of her sometimes in the
So
past,
she
but they
probably
grew up
she
around
probably would
each
know
other.
my older brother then, because my older brother went to Southside with his mom too.
Probably for sure. I got a big cousin named Janika, so she
And
ran around
then
there with
like it's crazy, his uncle, Key Glock uncle, stayed like one or two streets over from us. So it's just so happened like his uncle manages an artist named Trick Nine from I think he from like the Jackson area, Jackson, Tennessee area. But his uncle had brought him through, did an interview, and then he's like, yeah, it was funny how, cause me, when somebody say something, I don't be believing him. Like off the top, he was like, "Yeah, man, Key Glock my nephew," and I'm thinking, "Man, what? You know." But when he started talking about stuff that only we would know from the neighborhood, I was like, "Wait a minute, bro, you know." So I called my folks, called my family, was like, "Hey, y'all know such and so?" He like, "Yeah, he stayed a couple streets over." I'm like, "Damn, for real?" So he ain't lying, you know. But you know
Right,
how it is when you from Memphis. Everybody knows somebody. Everybody related to somebody. I don't be believing nothing. I just don't.
right. Makes sense. No, we come from a popping cone ass city though, so
Man, I
everybody
promise.
cousins and everybody's my cousin. That man, god damn, who real? Who are you really related
I was
to,
in the
man?
studio when he first rapped. Now
For
I
real?
do. Let me tell you this story though about my street though. Zed Zilla. Zed Zilla used to be on the street all the time. It's so crazy, bro, because my street, like the people from my street slick, like the street slick is famous, but it's like a most known unknown street because
Right.
it produces people. You ever heard of One Sound Studio?
Of course. I got an episode where I met C4 the Dunn
Right.
uh in One Sound Studio. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so I grew up with the twins, One Sound Studio. You know, Lewis and Lord. They grew up on the street too. Zed Zilla used to record at their studio, and they had a studio in their house, and they had like a
Mm.
little shed in the back. And that was the first time I met Zed. It was probably like '03 or '04. Me just going up the street. Hey, Brink, check out our studio. I go up there, and you know the whole CEO they in there. You know, but eventually, well, and I know allegedly Zed admitted to it, but he went on and broke in and stole all their studio equipment. He tells the story now, so it ain't like I'm snitching. But yeah, he
Right,
tells the
right.
story now. But they all cool now. But yeah, it's crazy. Like people really used to be on my street. Like I don't know if you remember, she wrestled. She wrestled in WWF, but she used to go by Miss Texas when she was in Memphis. Her
I
name
don't
is
remember
Miss
her.
Jacqueline. Miss
I
Jacqueline.
remember Miss Jackson. I
That's what I'm
remember Miss
talking about.
Jackson. Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
used to be on my street a lot. Like I say, bro, the
yeah.
street, man, it's just man, it's I'm thinking about doing a documentary about the giant because
Yeah.
one of our neighbors, he was in the NCAA Final Four back in '92. He played for the Arkansas Razorbacks, so he was
Oh,
like a
yeah.
celebrity to us. You know what I'm saying? Then
You should, bro.
his nephew played for the Missouri Tigers. You know, he played for the Tigers and he had like highlights all over ESPN. My next door neighbor, I don't know if you ever heard of this singer. He went by the name of King Ellis. Uh Rodney Ellis. He used to sing with Cool in the Gang.
I
Uh
think I heard Rodney Ellis
he
for sure, man.
exactly. He used to sing with he had a song with 8 Ball MJG back in the day. It was called That Girl. Like so it's like the street just produced famous people. You know what I'm saying? It's weird like that.
Like you said, one of those unknown,
Right.
unknown. It's a lot of. I can hear it's a lot of history on your street, though, man.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, man.
what
Definitely.
would you
But like I
say?
say, I
Are
love that
you?
place, man.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. I just said I love that place. That's all.
If you supposed to, big South Memphis shit, man, for real.
I promise,
What would
man.
you say the most Memphis song what embodies the city right now? Let's see if you into the Memphis culture right now.
Okay. So you talking about like current song?
Yeah, current song right now.
Indie or major? What we talking about?
Indie or major. What song would you say embody the Memphis spirit right now? I would say, me personally, I would say it's them boys off of Macmillan. Bizzle 55, they got a song that they remixed the Gangsta Black and Player Fly SOUCA South
Okay.
Parkway.
Okay.
That
Okay.
motherfucker sound good, man. I ain't gonna lie, it sound good.
You
It
talking about
sound
what's
good.
his name? Bizzle Creek?
Bizzle turned 55 or something like that. They
Okay,
used to
okay,
do the
okay.
gangster. They
I'm
used
gonna
to
have to
do
check that
Black
joint out.
Youngster.
If I would say something, it'll probably be it's this rapper. Her name is Big Hunter. She got a song called Big Old Memphis.
Big old
That
man.
giant to me, it definitely embodies Memphis, man.
I gotta
big
check
old
out
Memphis.
big
That's my
old.
heart.
I gotta check out big old Memphis, and I
Yeah,
gotta check out. You gotta check out Bizzle 55, and I can't think of bro name, but
yeah.
Lieutenant Shine, Bizzle
Oh,
55,
I know Shine. Yeah, I know Shine.
and Lieutenant Shine, man. Check out
Yeah.
they Gangsta Black remix. Uh,
Okay.
SOUTH Parkway, man, for real.
I'm surprised neither one of us said that Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Fact, fact,
But
fact,
that
fact.
giant, man, that giant everywhere. Like, I think they probably gonna end up putting Juicy J on the remix more than likely.
What
You
you
ain't
what
heard
what you think about Memphis right now, man?
as
Like
far as
as a culture, as far as just far as having the spotlight that we've been trying to get for so long. How do you feel like we doing with the spotlight though?
I feel like Memphis is on the rise. I just think Memphis got to protect itself. You know, I feel like this is an old term. You remember that guy called Open Chess?
Yeah, come on now.
Okay, so I feel like the
Strawberry and all this shit. Yeah.
exactly. I feel like the rest of the country is playing open chess, and I feel like Memphis walking around with his hands down instead of being like this. You know what I'm saying? So Memphis got to protect itself. They stealing all our shit. Um, they discrediting us like a mug. Like with the I saw ESPN. They ranked the Grizzlies for this next coming season. They say they probably go finish number 9 in the West, and I was like, damn. That what you think of us for real?
Right. Right.
That's pretty much the overall consensus of the rest of the United States when it comes to Memphis. And that's why we got such a large chip on our shoulder. That's why we got that grit and grind spirit. That's why we got such a underdog presence about us because nobody wants to bet on Memphis. Sometimes Memphis don't even want to bet on Memphis. The way people be moving away from this city, it's a difference between moving to go get resources and then bringing them resources back to the city and moving just to say fuck Memphis. The average
Right. They
person that
running from the
moves
city. Right.
exactly the average person that moves away from Memphis, they basically saying fuck Memphis, middle finger up. But yet they always want to keep tabs on the city, know how the city doing, and root for the Grizzlies, root for the Tigers and shit like that. Nah, bro, stay on this side, bro. Cause you were just saying fuck Memphis, ain't shit here, ain't no opportunities here, but you want to rep Memphis when you're out of town. That slaughtered me. I don't
Right.
condone it.
Right. That
Yeah,
make a whole lot of sense when they out of town. Somebody speak about Memphis and high regards. Well, I'm from Memphis too, but
exactly,
yo ass ain't been
exactly.
to Memphis in 10 years. You hear
And
me?
and I'm gonna say this, I ain't gonna drop no name, but some of the people who Memphis really love or black Memphis
Oh,
really love and think highly of who made it out of the city. They talk down on
man,
this city.
check this out.
And
The thing,
and that's just how it is, and that sucks. That sucks. That really sucks. They don't let you know that they talk down on the city, but I done been on the phone with them, and they talk, man, fuck Memphis. I ain't never coming back to Memphis. Why you going back to Memphis? Like I remember telling bro, man, I'm finna go back to the Memphis, cause this is when I stayed in Atlanta. I'm finna go back to Memphis for a couple months, just check on family, check on stuff. Man, what the fuck you going back there for? Man, ain't shit back there. Man, fuck Memphis. Man, I ain't going back to Memphis. That ain't how you supposed to be.
right?
But
Like I
everybody love this guy, and yeah.
I'm finna drop a name. I'm finna drop a name for you because it's all right. I talked to this guy and he was telling we got one of our legends who revere. But my history of him, and it's all out of respect. My history of him, when I think about him, is like I don't really recall him putting on for the city. Like he's trying to come back and resonate with the city. So he asked for my opinion of this artist and this guy, and I was like, I don't see what he done ever did for the city. And he was speaking of Jazzy Faith, and I was
Mm,
like, to me, like I know Jazzy Faith from Memphis, but to me, I don't just really seem like it seemed like all of the opportunities and the things that he done took them else places. And to me, he kind of resonate with Atlanta a little more. So I feel like him wanting that Memphis support, he gotta understand Memphis. He don't really. he might, he got family here, but I don't think Memphis just resonate with him because we just looking at where what he done and what haven't he done for the city, you know. So that was my take on that. Like a lot of folks want that.
My bad, man. It was a call came through. Can you hear me? Can
Oh,
you see
okay.
me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I ain't froze
A
on the
lot of
video,
people
am
want it. Nah, you ain't. You not frozen, but you not viewable. Can't see you anymore.
I?
I can hear you though.
Let me figure this out. What I need to leave and come back or something?
You probably need to leave and come back in.
All right,
I ain't
hold on.
never seen you do that though. Guess what though? Guess what? Chat. This interview about Mr. Brink right now, y'all. We can't get into the questions of what's going on in the city and shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? It's his time right now. Talk about that. Okay, appreciate it.
We good? We back?
Yeah, we good. We good.
Okay,
We
okay.
good.
My bad, my bad. Yeah, that was weird, man. I probably should have put it on do not disturb. But anyway,
That's what I normally do.
yeah,
That's
you
what I normally
mentioned
do.
Jazzy Faye. I actually met his dad. Well, I've worked with his dad a few times, did interviews with him and stuff like that. James Alexander of the Barcades. Um, when I first met his dad, he was telling me about Jazzy Faye. He was like, I always be telling my son. Now, first he said, I need to link you up with my son, Jazzy Faye. And I was like, oh, yeah, that'll be dope. And he was like, I always be telling him he need to come back to the city and start doing some stuff here. This came from his father. This was probably about 10 years ago. Um, some people, I feel like some people talk about Memphis or rep Memphis when it's popular, when it's cool. And maybe, maybe that describes Jazzy Faye.
I I I, I hope not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just feel like for the sake of niggas want the city to get behind them. I just feel like you just gotta. We one of them cities, like you said, where we looked at the bottom so long, and we like shit. What have you done for us lately? Type of city though. You want to add love, man. You got to kind of show us that you fuck with the city. That's
You
all.
know, um, Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
If he could pull up
JT.
on
Let's get
Memphis
on
a little
JT.
bit more, and do a little bit more. I'm not saying that he ain't, but if he could pull up on the city and do a little bit more, it would mean more
I
to the
forgot about
city.
him. You right. I forgot about Justin Timberlake. You right.
and,
He
and
want to
and the
have
reason and
clout.
the reason and the reason I bring them up is just to be fair because I never want anybody to say, "Man, y'all only do that to black folks, y'all don't do that to white folks." Nah, I'm holding him accountable too. If Justin Timberlake will pull up to the city, mess with the city a
Right.
little bit more, like
What
I
Britney
remember
Spears from?
he had a guy from Memphis who he had signed, Free Soul, but like where the Memphis collabs at,
What Britney Spears from?
I honestly don't know. I
I
honestly
thought
don't
she
know.
had some Memphis roots or some shit like that too,
She
though.
probably do, but I truly don't know. But I know for sure Justin Timberlake, like where the feature at? Like I ain't heard him and K Michelle do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it at? Like, drop it out, man. I need
K
something.
Michelle caught a straight too. K Michelle did caught a straight too.
Nah, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying Justin Timberlake ain't did no features with no Memphis artists. He ought to do something with K Michelle. That's what I'm saying.
Right, right.
Now
That'll be
I
dope.
rock with K Michelle. She dope. Um, we all got issues. I just leave it at that.
Gotcha, 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 gotcha. So let's take it back a little bit then, man. Basically, I wanted to ask you, man, how did you get interested in basically radio and media, man? Let's talk about that. How did you get your start?
I so initially it really was music. Like I've been infatuated with the music industry since I was probably 13. And I
What
started out
side of it?
You say
What
what?
side of what side of the music? From what aspect?
Rapping. I wanted to be a rapper. I was a rapper. Like
Okay, let's
I
go.
that's how I started. Like shout out to my guy Measy Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes, sir. Shout out
me and
Beezy,
him,
man. Yes,
me
sir.
me and him was rapping. Not necessarily together, but around the same time, and that kind of helped link us together. And got cool. Um,
X Man. He was X Man back then, right?
exactly, ex Measy for
Okay.
Sheezy.
Big
You know what
Beezy
I'm
for
saying? I got to,
Beezy.
yeah, all it. But I started out rapping in high school, and I was making beats, like I was doing all of it. Like my first CD, I had Zilla on there as a feature. You know, back in 2004, my senior year in high school, Zilla on my CD. Um, that was the passion for me. I think what happened was I started learning more about the actual music industry, learning what it actually takes to really get out here. And at the
The
time, the
business
internet
side.
wasn't as prominent as it is now. Social media wasn't what it is now. And I remember going to this music conference, and this one guy in there was like, "If you don't have at least $50,000 to invest in your career, you're in the wrong damn business." I said, "Well, I'm out," and I got out.
Right.
But at the same time, like I was always fascinated with BET 106 in Park, watching that show, and I always felt like, man, I want to be on there one day. I'm gonna be on that couch one day, and I just really modified what I do and just switched over and started Brink TV as a video blog, talking about different pop culture topics, sports, fashion, Memphis, news, whatever. I did that on YouTube, and then my guy X Man, Measy Mac, he was locked up at the time. I used to write him while he was in jail. Uh, one thing that's funny, my friends at the time, well, our friends at the time, they thought that it was gay to write him while he was in jail. And I'm like, nah, it's not gay. You're supposed to hold your dogs down. You locked up, you're supposed to hold them down, write them, check on them. But they was like, man, that's gay. You wrote them, whatever. So when I wrote them, I told them, I said, yeah, man, I just started this video blog on Brink. I'm on a YouTube called Brink TV. When you get out, I want to interview you so you can tell people what it's like in jail. And he wrote me back, was like, yeah, that's cool. That what's up. We're gonna do it. And when he got out, I interviewed him. And that was my very first interview. I don't know, it might still be on YouTube. I can't really remember, but it's probably still on YouTube. But that just started the whole interview, thing. And from there, man, I just started going to events, concerts, and just filming. Everywhere I was at, I was filming. And then that got my numbers up. And then I just started.
When did it become a passion for yours? Like
Um,
you know what? I really love doing this.
that's a good question. That's a good question. It probably didn't become a passion until probably 2010. 2010.
So you
It,
started
it
in you started in '04. Music Mac was your first interview, your childhood friend.
I started in '08. I was doing
Started.
music in '04.
Okay. Started
Yeah.
in '08, and 2 years later, it became your passion. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say it was a passion from the start, but like when did I really I think what made me really know that I was really doing something was 2010. Like that's when it hit me. This shit is actually people fucking with it. People like it. It makes sense, because I'm gonna be honest, dog. I didn't have nobody helping me. Like nobody taught me how to do this shit. Nobody guided me. Nobody showed me how to do interview. I had nothing. All I did was just study the people that I like watching, like Arsenio Hall and all kind of shit like that. And so when people started responding to it and saying, "Hey man, I want to interview. I want to interview," and that's when I was like, "Oh, I must be doing this shit right." There was never ever nobody there to tell me you doing it right. Never. Not in the first 2 years is what I'm trying to say. So I think that's when it really became a passion when I knew that I was quote unquote solidified doing this shit.
How much how much trial and error was it in those first 2 years? Was it anything that deterred you? Like made you want to be like, man, this might not be for me?
Um, Man, it's been so long ago. I could definitely say the trial and error came from like my equipment and stuff like that. Cause I look back at the stuff now and I'm like, man, how did you put this shit on YouTube? Like, it's awful, you know.
So you basically
Like,
had this shit niggery the whole time.
man, I had a sheet. It was a bed sheet as a backdrop. And like the camera quality was okay, but I didn't
Right,
know anything about rendering and exporting and all of that. Exporting to maintain quality. Like,
right.
it's crazy how far we've come with technology because now a cell phone is giving better quality than anything I was doing 10, 14 years ago, 15,
Man,
16 years ago. And it just wasn't like that. Sound quality is better, video quality is better, you know, even the software to edit. I was using some software called Windows Movie Maker. It was just everything was just entry level, you know. But as far as anything that made me think like this ain't for me, I can't really recall anything like that, to be honest. Like I can't recall any happening that kind of made me think this might not be for me. Not in the beginning. Uh Later on, I kind of started seeing it like cuz the thing about the music industry, well, I ain't going to say music. The thing about the entertainment industry, um everything is it's whatever is planned might not happen. So a manager or a label or a publicist can say, all right, you're going to do the interview with, and I'm just going to throw a name out there. Um, let's just say, um, I don't know. Shit, I can't even thinking about it. Let's just say I'm gonna throw a name out there and say Tyrese. So Tyrese manager could say, all right, well, he's got a concert in your city. We're gonna be there. You guys can do the interview at the concert. Now, we don't know if it's gonna be before the concert, at sound check, after the concert. You might get there and then they say, all right, we're gonna do it before he goes on stage. Anything could happen. Next thing you know, we're gonna do it after the show. So now you gotta wait the whole concert. So in your mind, you like, bro, is this really gonna happen? Like, am I gonna do it? Next thing you know, end of the show, he's tired. He wants to go back to the hotel room. Sorry. So you done waited and wasted all this time. Matter of fact, that actually happened to me with Fantasia. Fantasia was supposed to do the interview and it was supposed to be before the show. She got there late. It was supposed to have been after the show. After the show, she tired, ready to go back to the hotel. So, like I say, the thing about this industry, stuff like that, all these things go through your mind. It's like, bro, is this really, you know what I'm saying? Is it, if it's gonna be like this, do I really want to do it? It's
how
just
can
so
you tell when it's
50-50.
gonna go bad?
You
Like
say, how
how
can
can you tell how can you tell when the interview finna go bad, man? Like it ain't finna go right. What's some of the signs, bro, that you try to be like, yeah, damn.
I so sometimes you will have a guest who is just so dry, and they not giving you nothing, or they just giving you one word answers, or they acting like they don't even want to be there.
Right?
I've
Why
had
you
that.
over
Exactly. I've had that happen a few times, like even with celebrities. And then like it's been moments where like I remember I did the jump with Player Fly 3 years ago. And Fly, he kind of switched up mid interview. He had a song called
there?
Don't Know Me. And I was like, let's talk about the
Switch
single
up.
Don't Know Me. Why do you feel like people don't know me? I mean, don't know you. And he was like, man, sometimes I be feeling like you don't know me. I was like, whoa, hold up, time out. I said, don't do that. Don't do that. Because me and Fly, we have had words before. I was trying to get an interview with Player. I did my first interview with Player Fly in 2010. Everything was straight. I thought we were locked in. We were cool. He was doing shows over the years. I pull up to his shows, film for him, give him the footage, all that, just off of GP. Just one of the legends. Then I was ready. I got my shit up. I'm on Comcast TV now. I want to do an interview on TV, not just YouTube like I did. I want to do one on TV now. I can't get a hold of him. I reach out to the man year after year, kept all the receipts. So it was a post he made on Facebook one year. I commented on it. We went back and forth. And I was like, bro, don't do this because I got all the receipts. You acting like I ain't been trying to get up with you. You acting like I'm trying to get up with you because you popping. Nah, I've been trying to get up with you. Like I said, we had word squashed everything. But for him to get on my show on my couch and then change up mid interview, I was like, damn, really? This what we on? But we end up bringing things back down to being all right. But like I said, man, it's just stuff like that. You got to be prepared for it. You got to be prepared for things to go bad. The thing about me though, like in my platform, I never I never cross the line with people to where they be ready to, spring on me or, something like that. Like I know how to navigate and move around negativity to where, like I say, don't nothing shake, because I never want to be the guy where next thing you know, we in here jacking. I saw a video, it went viral recently. Some guy, I don't know who he is, was doing an interview with somebody, and the next thing you know, dude sprung on. Wow, never want to be that guy. You know, I know controversy, it does numbers and stuff like that. But the thing is, man, what's your shelf life? How long you go stay out here if you always dealing with the negativity and stuff like that? You know, I believe in upside. I believe in high ceilings. That's why when I interview people, we talk about beef. It be way after the beef done happen. It don't be current because sometimes you can make yourself a target, and that's something that I've successfully not did. Like my own live, my guy Big Motor. Uh, when the stuff happened with him and Shy Glizzy, I interviewed him way after that. It wasn't active at the time, so he
Right.
told his story. He shared his side of the story on it. I never interview people while they well, if they in it currently, then I just know how to ask questions around it. I don't dive into it. And I know a lot of people be wanting to hear it. Bro, why you ain't ask him about this? Man, he beefing with such and such. Why you nah, that ain't my platform. That's how I've been able to successfully be around all these years and continue to thrive and continue to work people. And then sometimes when you speak on people beef and stuff like that, they'll never appear on your show. So I just stay out of it, bro. I stay neutral. I don't talk about nothing. Even like with the DOS stuff, like I've never spoke about it. Like in a public uh platform, never spoke about it. You ain't gonna catch me picking no sides, you ain't gonna catch me doing nothing. It's business as usual. I'm working with whoever. If this side wanna come do an interview, cool. That side wanna come do an interview, cool. Stay out of it. That's what media is supposed to be.
Put your feelings in your back pocket and
Man,
just
that's how your business keep growing. I've interviewed people who I don't like before. I, I've interviewed people who I can't stand their music, but it's called business. You have to. You know, do I like every artist I interview? No. Do I like every actor or celebrity I interview? Hell no. I've had some terrible times with celebrities. Like some celebrities is like real assholes, but I still got to do my job. It's a part of me, building my brand. And the thing about building the brand, you will never be finished. The junk got to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, man, you can't stop.
question then. This is just my opinion. Would you consider yourself one of the pioneers?
Yep, yep,
Not
hands
even
down.
one of the pioneers. What about the pioneer? Would you consider yourself the pioneer?
Nope.
Who would you consider yourself the pioneer of like Memphis media and like far as what you do then?
Well, honestly, man, we got forefathers. We got forefathers. I don't know if you remember, like when we were coming up, Channel 17. Like, they used to have
Of course,
UGTV and all of
of
them.
course, of
Those are
course, of
pretty
course.
much the pioneers. And I definitely pay homage to them OGs, man, them legends. As far as me, I revolutionized the game. I was the first nigga to start getting paid off this shit. I was the first
That's
nigga
what.
that got a YouTube check. I remember I posted my first YouTube check in 2010. So that's why I say I'm the one who revolutionized it. The forefathers, they the one
That's
who
where it
laid
was
the
going to.
exactly. They laid the groundwork for it. They paved the way. But I took the ball and ran several touchdowns. And now it's a whole new crop of young cats that's taking the ball even further than me. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to see it because when I was the only nigga in the club with a camera, I was the only nigga in the club with a camera. When I was the only nigga doing interviews, I was the only nigga doing interviews. Now it's so
So
many. I'm
that's
thankful to
why I
see it.
consider you like, as I can remember, like you know, you had the Channel 17 news. As far as like what we do, this is like a different version, different variation.
Yeah,
So far as the people that I can remember, like I would say, she, I have to give it to you. That's why I really wanted to talk to you and have you on the show because as far as I can remember, like you've been a staple, one of the people who really doing it like this from this standpoint. So
I
when
appreciate
did
that.
it become a business for you, man? Like when did you start seeing it as a business aspect?
2010, man. I feel like, and I always say this, like I feel like 2010 was my crowning year. Even though 2000, like I started in 2008. 2008 to 2009 was kind of like a rookie year. I'm figuring things out. I'm trying to make sure, that I'm doing things accordingly. 2010 hit, it's like a whole different beast. I went into a whole different zone. I won my first award. I started getting paid for the interviews. I started getting paid from YouTube. Like, and then into 2011, that's when I got my first like office, so I can, because I used to record them joints in an apartment. Like my homeboy
Mm.
apartment over there in Mount Moriah, I used to record all the interviews. I used to have people pulling up to this man apartment. It was like the trap. Like that's what we was doing. But I learned that I gotta make this joint a little bit more professional. So I rented an office space, started doing trapping at the office, doing the interview, doing photo shoots, doing whatever I can, to get that money up. So definitely 2010, man, that was the year. Man, that's how they talk about golden years? Like 2010 is one of my golden years. 2015, that's another golden year. Like, 2013 when I first got on TV, you know, those are
So
golden
all of
years for
these are
me.
milestones
There you
for you.
go. There you go.
I got
Milestones.
you.
Yup. Yup.
So what
Cause
was that
like,
like, bro?
so what?
Go ahead, my bad. No, go ahead,
Nah,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
nah. I was gonna say like 2015. What makes 2015 such a milestone year for me? That was the year where I interviewed both Yo Gotti and Young Dolph. I
Mm.
don't know nobody else in the city that could say they interviewed both of them. Now maybe the
How did that come
news
about?
or the radio, but I'm talking about
Right,
from actual turf, from the turf.
right.
You know what I'm saying? At the soil, me.
How was
But
both
how did it come
interviews? Could you
about?
give me the different?
Well, I had already interviewed Gotti, um,
Right.
I think twice before. Cause I like, all right, so
Mm.
with me knowing Zilla since I was 17, when Gotti first got Zilla, I used to be around Zilla filming. I'd be at his video shoots filming, studio sessions filming, stuff like that. So Gotti pretty much knew who I was. Like I can remember one time um Gotti's people called me and they wanted me to pull up to the studio. It was like a Thursday or something like that. And it was probably like 10,
Mm.
11 at night. Just random as hell. Hey, tell Brink Gotti wants you to come to the studio. I'm like, me? Not Zilla, but me. You know, Zilla ain't calling. Gotti calling for me. Okay, whatever. I pull up to the studio. Ain't no entourage. It's just probably like three people. So me and Gotti was talking. They wanted me to come to the studio because they wanted to film. They wanted me to film a video of Zilla, and then they wanted me to film a video of Gotti, like co-sign Zilla. At the time, I think it was around the time of the BET Hip Hop Awards that year, and they were trying. I think this when they was doing the ciphers. You know how they do all the ciphers at the BET Hip Hop
Mhm.
Awards. So they wanted me to come film the actual video that they were gonna send to BET so that they could choose Zilla. to, uh, be a part of the cipher. And so
Right.
I filmed the video in the studio of Zilla spitting a freestyle, and then me and Gotti went outside. He was standing next to his car, and he was like, "Yeah, man, it's your Gotti, man. Just stamping my boy, all it." And I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like, I've been knowing them people or been around them people a lot. Back in the day. Um, After a while, it's like you be around folks enough to where, hey Brink, we got this going on. Pull up. Hey Brink, we got this going on. Pull up. 2015, they had Studi Wild's. It was a listening party. They had a Snooty Wild listening party at Privé. Long live Snooty Wild, by the way.
Right.
Um, they told me to pull up. I did interviews with just about everybody in the camp. I did an interview with obviously Zilla, obviously Snooty, obviously Black Youngster. I did an interview with him that night. I did an interview with Wade Chappelle, and then I did an interview with Gotti. A month later, I was in the studio. I got a call to come record this studio session. Uh, and so I'm like, oh, okay, well, whose session is it? And they was like, it's Dolph and this indie artist from Florida. He came up to do a feature with Dolph, and we want you to record the session, film it. I was like, I bet, pull up. I'm in the studio with Dolph, just like that. After the studio session, me and Dolph chop it up. I was like, hey, think I can get an interview with you real quick? He's like, yeah, come on. It was slow because the artist who paid for the feature, he was like, well, I got to be in this on too. I'm like, come on, come
You
on.
couldn't keep that Memphis like you wanted to.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You understand me? So, but I mean, on the record, like I said, I interviewed, got it 1 month, and then the very next month I interviewed Dolph. I mean, it happened just like that. Yeah.
Well, how different are they? Like, and not on no negative shit, but just
Go
like
ahead.
how just being around both pers- personalities. How different are they? Just like what's the different vibes to them to you?
Man, night and day. Night and day.
For real.
The thing about being around Gotti now, like Gotti, it's like the people around him. It was so many people around him, and then Dolph was by himself, like night and day. The people around Gotti, they was like the Secret Service. Like if you move real fast, everybody looking at you. Like it was just weird.
Right.
It was
Right.
weird. Even though I used to be there for Zilla, but it's just it was just a big entourage. Gotti was always laid back, real cool, didn't talk too much, kind of be to himself. Dolph, he'll trip, he'll trip out, if he vibing with you, he'll trip out with you a little bit. And that's pretty much it. Like I say, it's really night and day. Night and day. Long live Dolph, man.
Thanks, lonely adult. Is there any artist or entertainer that you feel like they really gave you like far as from a reporter or a journalist standpoint, like where that's really where I got my start from. Is there any interview like that where you like, well, you know what, this where really I can say
Oh,
this interview really kicked off my like
okay.
career for real? Is there
Okay.
one of those interviews for you?
Um, I mean, to me, I always go back to my favorite interview. It's David Banner. I did this interview with David Banner. And I don't know why. That's just truly my favorite because we were at this event called the Black um I forgot. I don't know if it was Black Entrepreneur Expo or Black some. It was some type of expo in Memphis. But I remember he was on the red carpet, and they was telling us, "All right, you only got a couple of questions, and that's it." And I can remember being on the interviewing him, and they was trying to wrap David Banner up, and he was like, what I'm saying. He like, y'all chill, me and bro, and that meant a lot to me for him to extend the time, that meant a lot to me because
Right.
he didn't know me. He didn't have to. I wasn't, considered major media. I'm not Breakfast Club. I'm not, but for him to do that, that that made me feel 10 feet tall. And I really appreciate bruh for that. You know, the people who paid him, he's telling them, nah, y'all wait, me and Brink, we doing our thing right now. And then for him to, just show me love like that, that meant a lot. Another interview, when LeChat when LeChat came to my studio to do an interview, and then I remember asking him, I was like, "Oh, how much time we got?" She's like, "We got all the time you need." And in my opinion, man, LeChat is major. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
me and her so cool right now, and it still blows my mind because I grew up listening to that woman. She was a celebrity in my eyes. Me watching her on the Chicken Head video on the box. You remember the box? The
Yes,
channel,
sir.
yeah. Like so, she was a celebrity in my eye, and for her to come to my studio, not me go to her, for her to come to my studio, that meant so much to me when I first did it. Like I think I had just got the white couch, you know, and she was like one of the first, major artists to come sit on that joint. So that meant a lot to me. But yeah, definitely that David Banner joint,
Shout
that
out to
was one of
David Banner too, man.
my
So,
promise,
so
man. David
yes,
Banner.
sir.
Yeah.
Um, so okay, let's say you started off making music, like from a rapper standpoint. Then 2010, you interviewed Music Mac, right? Was it
Nah, I
2010
interviewed,
or
I
2008?
interviewed, yeah, that was 2008 when I interviewed him.
Okay,
Um,
2008, you
I think
interviewed.
about 2009, 2010, probably 2010. That when I stopped doing music. Cause the last thing I did music wise, I opened up for Soldier Boy. That was 2009. I opened up for Soldier Boy. It was probably like 2,500 people in the crowd, and that was like my biggest accomplishment. And then I stopped. I was like, I'm good. And I
What
was
made
young
you?
too, bro, because like I never wanted to be the 35-year-old cat, still trying to come up, off the music. So I stopped doing music when I was in my early 20s. Like I was just like, it's a wrap. Like I'm through.
What made you just stop? Was it the you already had the you was like trying to go behind the camera? What was it? Something that just burnt you out on it? What?
You know what's funny? Um, it's it's hard being an artist. I'm gonna say that.
Thing?
I understood. Basically, I'm gonna say this. I understood the assignment. Wasn't nobody doing interviews and shit like this in the city at the time. Wasn't nobody doing that. I basically became what artists needed because it was a void. Wasn't nobody doing this stuff. So I ain't gonna say I took one for the team, but I mean I stopped. Like that's one thing that I never was crazy about is being the rapper and being something else. Because if I'm working with artists and then the opportunity comes, am I gonna help them or am I gonna help me? Because I'm a rapper too. So I had to take myself out of it, you know. Uh like I say, man, when they were talking about you gotta have X amount of dollars to really have a successful career, and I ain't have, man. Come on, man.
That
We
shit
from
really
Memphis.
resonated for you, huh?
Ain't nobody just sitting on 50 bands like that, bro. Unless you in the trap. I ain't never been in the trap. I stayed around the corner from the trap, but I ain't never been in the mall, So it's like I just, man, let me do this. That way I'm still around music because that's what I still love. And it's crazy, like, bro, I still to this day, I work with artists. I'm not a manager. I ain't at that point yet, but I be coaching artists and I tell them what to do because I've been in this industry long enough to where I learn the ins and outs of what to do. And I even, what I'm saying? I be writing, what I'm saying?
Right.
And now do your chorus like this. Now do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm on right now. That's just what I'm on. Because music is forever in me. That's why I still wanted to be around the industry because, that's pretty much a first love, was rap. Just man, I love it.
So so when you took the initiative to get your first studio in your building, I know that was like I said, that was one of your goals. Were you just jumping out there on fate with it, or were you all in when you decided to go from you know what I need my own studio? You still was pretty much new into it, right?
Yeah, I was still relatively new. I'm gonna say this. I developed a name and the brand was out there. Like people knew the brand. They knew the brand more than they knew my face. Because see, back then when I was doing them interviews, I wasn't on camera. The question
Right.
will pop up on the screen and the artist would answer it or whoever would answer. I was not on camera. Uh it's crazy because like I remember going through this depression in 2011. I went through this extreme depression, and I look back at the photos now of me, and I see the depression. Like my beard was all, my hair was all matted up, like all kind of shit. And I'm thankful that things end up coming up out of that because, like I say, probably a year after that depression, that's when I got my game plan on. So it's like I'm conducting interviews, I'm still doing business, but my mind is all fucked up. Like I had so much stuff going on, family wise, you know, old gal, that I had at the time, like all kind of shit was going on. But I still was conducting business. Um, I had no choice but to be all in. That was the only job I had, and rent had to be paid. So I had no choice but to be all in. I felt like it's kind of like how you got a barber who cut hair at his house. He
Uh-huh.
charged one thing, but when he get in the shop, he could charge more. That was pretty much the whole thing with getting an office or getting a studio. I knew that I could successfully charge more. People ain't go side at me because they come into an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then where
Right.
where, where dude was staying at, man, it was jacked up. It was real messed up over there. I mean, awful.
Thugging.
Yeah, exactly. Some of my guests didn't feel comfortable coming over there. And that was crazy in itself. Like they was like, can we do it somewhere else? And I was like, why? But everybody ain't trying to be in the hood like that.
Fact,
But
fact,
I just
fact.
knew it was time for me to step up my professionalism. That's what it was.
Do you like interviewing rappers more or actors and actors?
I think actors and actresses show more range of me because I can really go there. Rappers sometimes limit my interviewing skills because
I don't talk about this. I don't talk about that.
right, and I don't want to compartmentalize rappers, but the interview is only gonna go one or two ways. They gonna be cool or they gonna be thugging, or if it's a
Exactly.
girl, she just gonna be on some breaking. And it's like that limits my capabilities. Like I like to be comical. I like to throw jokes out there and
Right.
just really expand the horizon. And I can't always do that with rappers. I love doing interviews with rappers more than actors, though. To answer your question, I actually prefer the rapper interviews because I that's who I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help the cats who was in my shoes, when I was,
Right.
doing
It's
music.
more
So
comfortable to, I would say it's probably more comfortable to interview a rapper just about the energy. They got to bring, like,
yeah,
I can't make you talk, bro. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right,
me
right.
personally, I had to
Yeah,
develop the skills to make somebody talk they don't want to talk. Like,
exactly.
what the fuck you on the show for? To talk.
Man, I remember. See, I used to have the little clip-on mics, the little
Yeah, I
lapel
am way. I
mics.
don't get it on today though.
They was like, man, what this interrogation or something? I'm like, nah, bro. They like, bring you the
Yeah,
feds. I'm like, nah, that's your microphone. Like, we're doing. Oh, okay, okay. Like, niggas just be too hood for their own good. I'd be like, bro,
man.
this ain't that type of party. I'm not them, and I'm not finna ask no Fed questions like, VLAD TV. I'm gonna put it
Right.
like that. That boy the police.
What's your biggest misconception? What you think the biggest misconception about Brink, man? Brink Young TV, Brink TV. What you think the biggest misconception where the people uh got you figured out wrong at?
Mm, I don't know.
Because talking to you, bro, you down to earth as hell though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I
right,
don't
and
know, you
that's
down to earth
probably
as
it.
hell.
That's probably it. People probably think I'm not approachable. They probably think I'm stuck up, arrogant. They probably think I'm
Right,
an asshole, and honestly, I'm not. Like I'm a everyday celebrity. That's what I call myself, a everyday celebrity. Like you go catch me. at Kroger. Like you go catch me at Walmart. You go catch me at Target. You go catch me, wherever you catch me. You go catch me in South Memphis. Like you'll see me in the hood. Like it's crazy. I had my mom, she her truck was messed up, so she took her truck to the shop, but she was at work. So I offered to go pick it up for her. So I got an Uber or Lyft,
Right.
whichever one it was. The Lyft driver picked me up so I can go pick up her truck. And he like, man, I wasn't sure it was gonna be you, but as soon as you walked up to the car, I was like, yeah, that's bruh. And that man started asking me questions the whole ride. Like he interviewed me. I'm in the back seat. I ain't thinking
Right.
about nothing. This man asking me questions. Like you go see me. Like I be out here. Like I be out here. I be out
How
here.
many times have you been interviewed, bro? How many times has somebody interviewed you?
Um, I don't know, probably about 10, maybe 15 times, somewhere in there.
Is it
I
weird?
enjoy it. Nah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it because number one, I rarely get to tell my story. I rarely get to talk about me. This is the point where people actually get to see how I am. Like if you watch the interview, you got that perception of me. Oh, okay, that's Brink. But then when I be on
Right.
somebody else's platform and I get to be myself and people get to see all the different phases and facets of me, then they get a better understanding. Because yeah, sometimes you do get the it's Brent Young coming straight out of South Memphis slum. Know what I'm saying? You understand me? Sometimes that is me. Then sometimes I'm the corporate guy who talks to Coca-Cola or talks to Pepsi about sponsorship. Sometimes I'm just a man, these hoes ain't shit. You get to get all facets of me when I'm on other people's platforms. On my platform, you just get just the straight
One
Brink
way.
Young professional. That's it.
When when did you learn when to turn it on and off, man?
Uh,
Like far as
probably.
going from corporate mode to shit popping your shit.
Mm, it took a while. It took a while. It took a while because my background. A lot of people, well, people who know my background, they know my background, but my background is nightlife. Like I used to be in clubs. I used to be in strip clubs, like all of it. Like one time
You
for
was
my
part
big
of the
homie.
ism. You was part of the isms.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Some things,
To stay in the past.
right. I can talk about it, but I I'm careful about how well it's in the past. I don't do this shit now. All right, so check this out. So I started out in platinum roll. Shout out to my big homie DJ Seven and Great.
Okay.
I met him back in 2009, and he's a strip club DJ. Well, he was, and I met him. He instantly like became my big brother. My goal was to learn how to become a DJ, strip club DJ, so that I can play my music in the club. You see, you getting there, you getting there, we getting there, we getting there. My thing was to learn how to be a strip club DJ so that I can get the girls on my music because see, I knew that's how you break music. That's how you get music popular through the strip club. Mike Jones did that,
Okay.
back in the day. So that was my angle as an artist. Like, remember they said you ain't got $50,000, you in the wrong business. Well, I'm thinking, well, let me go this angle. So I started
Right.
learning about the strip club business. Um, I thought that all a DJ did in the strip club was just play music. I was wrong.
Right.
Strip club DJ sometimes he they pimp, sometimes he they bodyguard, sometimes he they boyfriend, sometimes he just a DJ. Sometimes he's security guard. Like all this above. Sometimes sometimes he's serving them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he's
Uh,
selling dope. Like, and that ain't what I wanted to do. I wanted to come in there and just play music, just play music. Anyway, I used to be in there just about every night filming. I take they let me in with my camera. Like I got so much footage to this day, and that was before the laws went into effect, where the girls couldn't be topless. Like I got so much footage,
you got
dog.
all
Like
types of shit.
man,
Okay.
I used to be in the DJ booth. Like that was what we was doing. The girls would come in the DJ booth and do things that they could not do. on this stage. And I developed a reputation. The girls knew me. The way that I got to them girls, I didn't pay them no attention. In a strip club, every man is paying women attention. Me, I looked the other way, and that's how I got them. Well, what's up with him? Why he ain't looking at me? Why he ain't talking to me? Oh, you about your business. You about your this and your that. And then they come to you. So they started coming to me. I asked them, you want to make some more money? Yeah, how? Go home with the guys. Huh? Go home with the customers. You know we can't go home with the customer? Nah, that ain't what I'm talking about. I got this camera. We can film you a DVD doing whatever you want. And you can sell the DVD to these customers and you can make you a little more money. That's how I
Mm.
started getting them. Next thing you know, we taking girls to West Memphis, Arkansas, so that they can dance. Cause there wasn't no strip clubs in there. It was a guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but he owned a lounge, and every other Saturday night he'll turn it into a strip club, and I would DJ. We would take different sets of girls every other Saturday night. One particular set wanted to, uh, how do I say it nice? Uh, make some extra money.
Okay.
That ain't what I was about, but they wanted to do it, so they
So they
came
just
to me.
talk you into making the extra money, huh?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they wanted to do it, but I was like, nah. Like I'm spending like you know what I'm saying.
Right, right,
And
right.
they came to me one particular night. They say the guys ain't biting. I don't know what to do. So I go talk to the owner of the spot. He said, well, how much is a shot? They tell him. So he said, all right, tell you what, I pay for the first shot on the house. He tell me to go announce it on the mic. I go announce it on the mic. I said, first dude to step up right now, you got 15 minutes in the bathroom with this bad, fine chocolate bun, Did nobody step up. Get on the mic again. First dude to step up, you got 15 minutes in the bathroom with this big, fine. One dude finally walk up slow. She grab his hand, take him into the bathroom. They in there. You know me, I'm goofy. I go to the bathroom, stick my ear to the bathroom. He getting it to her, y'all. He getting it to her. He killing her. He killing her. So they come out. Then everybody started running up with their money. We on the way back to Memphis, going across that bridge. The girls counting their money up. They so excited in the back seat. And I'm thinking, I just pimped these bitches. Damn. That's when I stopped. I ain't do it no more. I was through. They still going by themselves, but I was through because that's not the business I wanted to be in. I DJing was really all about getting my music popping. You know, once I saw the ugly side of that nightlife thing, man, I did not want to do that. I did not
But
want
you went on one whole run though. You went on one whole run,
to.
and then you saw the ugly side of it. See,
Right,
I don't want to
right,
do it.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cause I was looking at some of your pictures back in the days, man. Looking at some of your pictures now.
not the
I
perm,
wouldn't.
not the
Yeah,
perm.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell that the isms
See,
you weren't
man,
influenced by the ism. It looked like you was in. It looked
after
like
that,
you
that's
was
when
influenced by it.
right after that, that's when I started managing models, and that's what I did. I managed models, and I was legit. I was legit. I went legit. Cause like I said, man, I'm gonna be honest. Like I was around the same time I had just started going to church, and so it's
Right.
crazy. I'm in church, then I'm out here with the hoe. Then I'm back at church, then I'm out here with. So it's like, bro, how you go? I let it go. I
It
let it go.
started conflicting. It started
Mine,
conflicting.
the inside of
For
me,
real, for
you
real.
know. But yeah, it was a cool experience though. I learned a lot, man. Like I say, from the whole nightlife experience, DJing, all this stuff, the girls, like I learned so much. Like just seeing them pop game, it's crazy. Watching females pop game, watching hoes pop game, and then watching square women pop game is so crazy to me because watching these hoes pop game, you see how they actually getting some off of somebody. When you watch a square female pop game, it don't work. It's slaw. It's not polished. It's not perfected. But the hoes, they've been perfecting this game for so long, you know. But watching square females, I'd be like, man, you slaw. I don't want to hear that. They say something, and they expect you to go for it. It's just crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Facts, facts, facts. So let me ask you this: when it comes to the culture of the city and just growing up in Memphis, how much of that do you bring to your podcast and to your radio show, man? Like how much of our culture you embodied you?
A lot of it. I would say a lot of it, but at the same time, I try to keep it. Well, I try to have universal elements in there. Universal meaning, man, where is this from? You don't know where it's from until I say South Memphis, or whatever I say, like I just try to keep it to where anybody will want to hear it. Like living in New York taught me a lot. Back then, they really weren't too receptive with Southern stuff, but now they love everything we do. But I still try to keep my show to something where any part of the country will want to listen to, something where any part of the world will want to listen to. But at the same time, like every part of the world, like love Memphis. Like
Right,
overseas, Germany, they love Memphis. Europe, they love Memphis. Like everybody love Memphis. But I keep it true. It just I still gotta have them universal elements. That way it's more professional. Because the thing about if you have some just Memphis only, everybody don't understand. Even though everybody like Memphis culture, you still gotta diversify and switch it up.
diversified. Got
Yeah.
diversified for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
and I hate saying
So
that because I really wish that we could have something for Memphis by Memphis, but Memphis don't Memphis only don't do the numbers that need to be done.
fact, fact. We pretty much how I look at the city. We to me, my point of view, I feel like we one of those copycat cities.
Hmm.
Like we have our own identity, but we only fuck with shit when it's working. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't really just have nobody in the city who were we just the city just brings an artist to stardom. You know, the city just normally get behind somebody, whether it be an entertainer, painter, whatever the fuck going on. They normally get their start outside of the city and then
Right.
come back to the city for the city to embrace it. Oh yeah, I grew up with them and ooh, but when a motherfucker really trying to make their bones, it look like people looking at it like, bro, that's just your hobby. That's just your talent. We can't embrace that shit right now. So that's where a lot of the resentment come back from. Like when you really look at shit how it go, people really don't fuck with you in supporting your dreams and your goals and your missions and none of that. They only fuck with you once it's up and running. And it's hard for a person to really bite. Like, damn, bro, I just noticed that y'all really wasn't fucking with me a month ago. Now here it is, y'all fucking with me. So as a Memphian, as coming from this, we don't bluff, we tough. I can't just let you in like that. You see what I'm saying? When I know you don't really fuck with me. So how do you navigate that then, bro? From being putting shit into perspective and just being real with people too, though. Like not let nobody ride your wave.
It's hard. I mean, I've been dealing with that since the beginning of my career. Like I used to be the guy. I see this guy every day, and when I say this guy, I mean people on social media. I
Right?
see them talking about how ain't no support in this city, ain't no love in this city. I get more support from out of town. You know, I'm tired of this city. I used to be him a long time ago, long time ago.
Bitter.
Eventually, I realized that Memphis, they ain't gonna get behind you until you start making moves. You know, it's so sad how you could set up a GoFundMe and nobody will contribute. But yet these same people spend their money and go to a Lil Wayne concert or they'll go to a Lil Baby concert. You know, they gonna make the rich richer, but when they see somebody down bad or trying to make it, they're not gonna do nothing. I think that describes Memphis. How did I navigate through it? I just kept pushing. I spent more money, man. I had to spend the money. Like, it's sad. I'm gonna say this, but you know how it come. Like when dealing with females, dealing with women, some dudes got to pay for it. Some dudes can just talk up on it. It's the same thing with attention. It's the same thing with support. Some people get it naturally, organic. Some people got to pay for it. I had a little bit of
Mm.
both. Honestly and truly, I had to spend money on social media to get this shit popping, to get attention. You know, it's harder when,
When you say
like,
spend money, let me ask you this. Like, what do you mean? Like, just for promotion or just
right,
like,
buying ads,
okay,
yeah, ads, yeah,
got
and
you.
and boosting posts and shit like that.
Okay.
That's what I had to do. I had to spend money. Like, man, I remember when I was working a regular job or whatnot. Part of my check was going towards that, like every month, every month, every month, and that's what helped build numbers. And I'm gonna be honest, dog. I didn't even give a fuck about numbers for a long time. I didn't care about numbers. Numbers didn't matter to me until it started mattering to the consumer.
Until it started,
When
man.
it
Mm.
started mattering to the consumer, that's when it was like, oh shit, I guess I do need to get these numbers up, because it's not so much as the product. When the problem that happened is people start caring more about the numbers as opposed to the product itself. Never mind that this is a dope ass interview. How many subscribers you got? I'm like, who gives a fuck? You mean
I'm
to tell me
running into this.
my subscriber count determines on if you're gonna check out my content or not? When people got like that, that's when shit got even harder. That's what caused you to have to spend money to promote more, promote more, promote more. It's like the days of organic are damn near over. It's harder to go organic. I know so many people that got a good ass song, but ain't nobody fucking with it because I don't know him. Who is that? Even people that do know him, they don't fuck with it. And it's like
Right.
people don't start messing with it until they see you
The
with
clout.
somebody, or
Gotta have
see
the
you
clout.
really popping it. You say what?
Right. No, I was saying people don't really come to your campaign until it's followed by the clout, or till they feel
Right,
like the situation is bigger than it's supposed to be. Like I dealt with a interview, like a guy called me and was trying to give me techniques and like, well, maybe you should do it with the algorithm and at this time and that time. I was like, I'm really not the blogger who. I'm just trying to do good interviews.
right.
It ain't about going
And that's what it should
viral.
be about. That's
It ain't
all it should
about the
be about,
clout.
man.
If the
But
people fuck with it, they don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
they done made it about all of this other high tech ass shit. And that's what I be saying. And this ain't no shade to nobody. But like I
For
said
sure.
earlier in this interview, I said I'm thankful that there's a whole new crop of people doing interviews now. I'm thankful for that. And I mean it. But this is a younger generation that knows how to out internet me. That's it.
Me too.
That's it. They just know how to out internet me. And that's not a shade or a slight against them. It's just the truth. I don't know how to do this shit that these young cats do. I don't. They
Bro, that's
know
one of
this
my
shit. They
biggest.
grew up in this era, this internet era, to where they can boom 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, damn, really? Cool. How the fuck do you do that? But
One of my
like I
biggest
say,
problems, bro.
grit and grind, face to face, hand to hand combat in these streets. That's the era that I come from. That's the era that I come from, where everything was fucking face to face, one shit on the phone or nah, bro. We was pulling up on people.
Right.
That's just where I come from. We was passing out flyers. We was getting rejection to our face.
Actually passing out CDs and flyers, then you walk over here and come back and see that CD and
It's
flyer
on
on
the
the floor.
ground. It's
You know
on
what
the
I'm
ground,
saying? You
bro.
gotta pick your shit up type shit.
I used to do Brink TV DVDs. I had three sets of DVDs over the years.
Right.
And I used to get them pressed up and I passed them out for free. Like I spent thousands of dollars. DVD had interviews with Gotti and Kimpo Thugs, like all them people, whoever I was working with. Then I put artist music video on there and shit like that. Back when, all that shit. I was trying to get my shit popping to be like, uh Kush DVD and all. Like I was trying to, what I'm saying, get my shit popping like that. To be from that era, current generation, nothing about that. But I just
Fact,
feel like if you can merge the two somehow, you got a fucking animal, dog. Like a real
fact,
live
man.
animal.
Fact,
I,
fact.
I
Because
really wish, I'm gonna say this. I ain't said this on no platform. I really wish that people like me, people like you, people like Wicked Films, people like Famous Animal. I always say Famous Amos because it's two niggas. Shout out to Famous
fact.
Amos though. But Famous Animal TV, Memphis Media, Unapologetic to Memphis. I wish people like us can all sit down and figure out what the fuck can we do together.
Fact. That'll be cold, man.
You know, I just look at it like that because why do you think they make movies like the Avengers and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is really giving us the blueprint of what it can look like if we work together. Memphis is the most divided city out this motherfucker. Well, none of us get together and do nothing. Big eyes, little U's, egos, whatever it is. But it would be so nice to see all of these platforms get together and figure out how can we work together? How can we help each other out? How can I turn you up? How can I.
It's all competition with us, though, man. It's like that's the biggest part about this Memphis shit. Like in theory, like that's like even me reaching out to you, bro. Like I have no ego when it comes to doing this. Like I'm secure with me. I don't have no problem with reaching out to other content creators. But it's like Memphis as a whole, once we get on to something, niggas quickly get into the competition of it or trying to outdo you, outdo this instead of taking their cohesiveness, working together and actually trying to build something. We get on the outdoing the motherfucker as quick as possible. So why is it that dog mentality though? We got to outdo a motherfucker instead of working with.
Cause we ain't never had shit. As soon as you get a taste of something, you want it all, or you don't want nobody to get a bigger piece. But thing about me, man, and I'm gonna be honest, I had to learn how to be a team player. That's something I had to learn myself. Um, it's like we are all individuals, right? We are all individual bosses. And when you're an individual boss, who do you listen to? You don't.
Nobody.
So what gives a man or a person the jurisdiction to say, all right, let me take the lead on this? You know, how can you take the lead when I got 100,000 subscribers and you ain't got that? Well, I've been doing this for 14 years. I know the ins and the outs. I deal with celebrities all the time. All right, let's take it to a vote. Like I say, everybody has to come with their ego in the trunk.
Got to put it in their back pocket.
Leave that motherfucker outside. Come in. Hey, what up? I respect what you doing. Been following you for some time. Let's figure out how we can get some money together. That's how I look at it. You know, we could. I feel like we really got something special in this city, and there's a such thing. Okay, I always say this. Like, for instance, Tyrese, and I'm using Tyrese 'cause I just got through watching his interview with Breakfast Club.
Right.
Tyrese got a new movie coming out, and he got a new album coming out. He just did an interview with the Breakfast Club, and he did one with $1 million worth of game. He probably did one with Hot 97 and whoever else too, right? That's
Mhm.
called a media run or a media blitz. Why is it that when people come to Memphis, they only go to Hot 107, K97, and that's it? Then they go back to their hotel or go do whatever. Why they ain't coming to Late Bloomers? Why they ain't coming to Brink TV, Brink Radio? Why they ain't going to Famous? Why they ain't going to Wicked? We got something so special here in Memphis to where these same celebrities can come here and they go on a media run through all our platforms. They do some with Memphis Media. They do some with Unapologetically Memphis. We got it here. We just don't have the infrastructure.
Fact. Fact.
We got to
Oh,
set that up somehow.
I got a podcaster who asked the question. I checked out his platform. Shout out to Trailcraft, and he asked, "Is Memphis like far as the podcasters? Are we on to something? Like where would you rank us? Like, are we on to like basically? Do Memphis have the potential to take over the media space? What do you think?
We need a little bit more. We need a little bit more diversity, but we could we definitely could. We just need a little bit more diversity. We need more women in this joint. Like we need more women in this joint. Um, it sucks because some of the women who I've seen who probably could have did something, the business didn't sustain itself, so they're not around no more. But we could, we really could.
Okay, and from a city like they've asked me this question, bro. Like, and I said I really don't know. Like, what does it take for the city in your from your perspective to work together to come together? What would you think is gonna take for the city to come together? I don't really know that answer right now because someone said it'd be better for like you got to actually start coming together in your neighborhoods first and for it to make it a citywide thing. So what would you say?
Well, it's a leadership thing, and I do agree with the neighborhoods part too. But it's a leadership thing. Um, it's kind of like if you think about as a business or a company has probably like a CEO, and then you got like maybe a president or whatever, and then you got like a director, then you got like a manager, and then you got supervisor, then you got team leaders, shit like that. If you break all of that down into the city and its communities, who's the supervisor over South Memphis? Who's the supervisor over North Memphis? Who's the supervisor over the Mound? Who's the supervisor over Hickory Hill? Over East Memphis? Who's the team leader over Hickory Hill? Don't know. Thing is, if you got people who are designated over parts of the city that their part of the city will listen to and adhere to, and then you got that one CEO that calls everybody to attention for a meeting. All hands on deck. Hey, this is what we need to do. Can we agree? I bet. Let's get to it. That's the only way it will work. The infrastructure has to be proper, and Memphis don't have that because everybody
Okay,
gonna be sticking their hand up, talking about some. Nah, bro, I need to be over. Nah, bro, I'm more South
right,
Memphis than you.
right. That's what I was gonna say. With that mind frame, it goes back to like you talking about the one chief. It's like I feel like we above them days where people just listening to one person.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's been
saying?
long
So
gone, but that's the
that's
formula.
long gone.
That's the
That's
formula.
right.
That's the formula in order to make the city prosper. But everybody, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but people out for themselves. Um, it's crazy because I remember back in the days, man. Whoever had the dope, that's what everybody listened to. You know what I'm saying? Whoever was the big time dope man in that area, that's what everybody followed after or listened to or respected. Now it's scattered. It's everywhere. I don't even know who the dope man is in Memphis no more because everybody got something. You know what I'm saying? It's just all over the place. And I think they call it a power vacuum. That's what they call it. And basically, I know kingpins. I know it's just everybody out here scratching, trying to get it. And that's just where we at. But like I say, the actual proper formula to get this place in order, you gotta have leadership everywhere. And
Right.
we ain't got it. Young cats, they ain't listening to nobody. They ain't finna listen to me. And I talk to young people on a regular. Like when I be in the hood, man. When I Nah, I take that back. I take that back. Cause when I be in the hood, head on the swivel. Cause them young niggas is active. I remember
See,
one of the
that's the
last.
problem right there too, though.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people, you just kind of like you squared your own self up. You thought about it. You said, I talk to people and say, nah. But see, it's a lot of people like on the ground like us, right?
yeah,
Or even older than us to consider the OGs, and they got that same mindset right there where
yeah.
they used to talk to the young niggas, but now it's like shit, you don't know what these young niggas on, so a
I
nigga don't really want to talk in person no more. Let me
with
get away
me,
from your
I deal with them. I just it's hard to deal with the ones from my neighborhood.
ass.
The ones
Yeah,
I deal with some in the Haven right now. Like
right.
I deal with some in the Haven, but from my hood, it's hard.
You ain't fucking with
I pulled up, and this what I was just finna say. I pulled up a few months ago, and I remember I was riding on the phone, and it was some young cats walking, and one of them looked like they just came from the store or something. And one of them, he just kept looking back, and he was reaching for something. I'm like, damn, young nigga he finna up the strap on me. He just
right.
looking. I'm not even paying him no attention. Like I'm not mean mugging you or nothing like that. I'm on the phone. And he looking like this, he reaching, he doing all this and all that. And I slow up because I'm thinking, he ain't finna shake nothing. But then I'm like, nah, nigga might actually shake something. So I just went on and went back to my normal speed because I was finna try him. But then I thought about it. This ain't the era where you try young niggas no more. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Back in
You
our
came in and
day,
see
nigga do
saying,
something. Do something.
yeah,
You
what's
can't do
up?
that no
You know
more.
what I'm saying? Oh, air
See,
your
look,
ass out,
that's what I'm
player.
saying. He finna up AR-15 pistol, and you know what I'm saying, empty the clip on me. But I had to remember,
Exactly.
nah, even though this your hood, this ain't your era no more. Take your ass home. Take your old ass home, unk.
Exactly. Man, they gotta,
Yeah,
you gotta respect. I had to respect. I was on this motherfucker one day and I had a nigga trying to get the unk in. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I'm like, hold on, this man unking the shit out of me. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Hello, bro. Hello, buddy. But yeah, man. It's the city though, bro. It's definitely Memphis is definitely one of them cities, bro, where you got to keep your head on the swivel, but at the same time, we do need that firm leadership that the youth and shit, not even just the youth, people of our age can see somebody who not wavering.
Right.
We got a lot of night and day leadership too, though. One moment they like this, and then the next moment, they going with the popular vote. So
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
somebody who just gonna be firm and sticking up and being on the righteous. Like sometimes the truth ain't always the popular move. So we
That's
need
true.
somebody who gonna be truthful with us though.
Like I be riding through, and I see like the young cats at the red light for water and drinks and stuff. And then I throw them a little something. And they were like, "Oh, you don't want no drink?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm just trying to give you some." And I throw them something a little positive because I know they don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like my my demographics ain't 17, 16, 15-year-old young cats.
Hmm.
But when I ride through, I'm gonna make sure I straighten them up, give them something just to know, hey, I don't look at you or treat you like you ain't nobody. You somebody. You know, I've I just always been like that. It's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't think we can ever make this city a better place. We can just do what we
Right.
can for the people around us. Like it's only gonna get worse. That's all I can say. It's only gonna get worse. And whatever time you at right now, this the best it's gonna get. That's all I can say. But
Hey,
never turn your back on it though.
facts,
That's what I'm trying to say. Don't turn your back on
facts. I just got a little smile before we wrap it up. Giving the little dudes that be selling the water out here, man. Listen, I thought I was gonna have to pull up and smack the fuck out of one of them this weekend, bro.
it.
Honest to God, listen, I bought a Gatorade from one of them.
Yeah.
I went to go visit my daughter. I drunk the Gatorade. I drunk out this much of the Gatorade. It's like instantly after I drunk the Gatorade, bro, I started feeling bad,
Nah.
down. So I'm looking at the bottom of the Gatorade. I still have it because I still plan on smacking the fuck out of them though. I'm looking at the bottom of the Gatorade. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to see if this motherfucker done been altered, tempered, or
Wow.
anything, bro, because I just felt so bad after taking a few sips of it. So I was still trying to determine, do I want to pull it out and was I gonna rob him? Was I gonna take all this Gatorade? Was I gonna smack the shit out of? Like I'm trying to decipher what the fuck I'm gonna do though. Like, oh, do I need all the money in your pockets? But I ain't fucking with them no more. I'm gonna put it
Right,
like that.
right.
I ain't
Yeah,
buying no more shit off the streets no more because it could. I feel like, man, I don't know what it was, but this shit had me down. Like for
yeah,
real, for real.
yeah,
Hell yeah, bro. So
yeah.
let them know what. Damn, my bad. Let them know what you got coming up though, bro. What you working on for this year, the close out this year, man.
Well, main thing for me, man, just trying to close out this year strong as possible. Things are going really well at 96.3 FM, Brink Radio, Sunday night, 7 p.m.
Congratulations too. I just seen you received another award. Congratulations, bro.
Yeah, man, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Like I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to stay consistent, as far as having anything planned, I don't. Like I really don't. Like I do want to get more into, like I say, documentaries and filmmaking and stuff like that. But I mean, I just take life as it go. Just continuing to stay consistent and man, being a beacon of hope, a beacon of light for the folks who need it. Like man, I'm here. Somebody needs some guidance or advice or some shit like that. Like this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I help so many other platforms to get to where they need to be. I coach artists. I talk to them and teach them the game and teach them how they can become better, how they can level up. So that's just what I do, man. I just be out here maneuvering, making this shit happen, keeping this shit A1. That's what I'm doing.
I seen a couple of Memphis questions on here, bro. They wanted to know now that I'm through asking questions. Like I really wanted to ask him, get his take. This was his interview, so I didn't want to get into no Memphis shit first, y'all.
Let's go.
So this is about Brink TV. But we got a little issue that I talk about on my platform a little bit. I don't know how much you know about it, but what do you think about this is just one of the questions they ask. What do you think about the current situation going on between BEO Lil Kenny and OG Boo Dirty?
I don't know nothing about it. What they got going?
You don't know nothing about it. Just basically differences. Just some
Oh, okay.
differences. You know, they used to be
A mob.
partners and
Yeah.
right. And it's just some differences that's kind of displaying out in the media. But if you don't know about it, then it ain't we don't gotta
Right.
get
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out to
yeah.
BEO Lil Kenny though. He was on Brink TV a few years back. So I'm trying to get bro back. Like now that I'm on the radio, I'm
Oh,
trying.
okay.
Like I just shot a DM to him recently. Like, hey bro, I'm on the radio now. Like, what popping? But
How does that work, bro? Like the radio, like, cause I have a couple artists, like I was talking to you. How does that work, as far as bringing an artist? Like, what? How does that work? They want to
uh
get come through your platform and get that shit on the radio. How do we go
man,
about this?
like I
We
always
tell them
say.
inboxes.
Like I always say, tap in where you fit in. Hit the DM if you're trying to beat them. You know what I'm saying? At Brink TV Show on all social media. Tap in and we can see what we can do. I'm gonna pop out with a 901 deal, a 901 day deal. I'm finna pop out with some in a couple of days.
How
So
you get into radio, bro? Before we get off here, what made you get into the radio
man,
personality
to be
part?
honest, when I was living in Atlanta, I was living in Atlanta for a while and I wanted to like I always wanted to be on the radio since I was in high school. But usually when it gets into radio, like you gotta have a degree, mass communication, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go to college, bro. I ain't do none of this shit. Like I learned all this shit on my own. So I always wanted to be in radio. When I was living in Atlanta, listening to the radio a lot there. And
Y'all drop some questions for Brent too.
I'm asking all kind of questions, trying to figure out how I can get popping, on the radio there. And everything was just like, nah. You know what I'm saying? They was not rocking with me because I had no radio experience. Moved back to Memphis. I got a business associate. She really like my one of my mentors, business mentors, so to speak. She became the general manager of Bumping 96.3. And I just reached out like on some relationship shit, like, hey, what's up with this station you got, and we just parlayed it from there, and I've been making it happen, man. I'm thankful. Shout out to Tina Tilton. Like I said, their relationship, been knowing that lady since I was fucking 21. You know what I'm saying? And she been like a big sister to me. So, like I say, just man, working them, working them relationships.
Do you
But
break new artists?
yeah, yeah. I have pretty much damn near half of my show is devoted towards indie artists. The majority of the interviews I do on there be indie artists. I know I be playing a lot of current stuff because I mean I play
Right.
current, I play throwbacks, I play indie, and all of that. But yeah, I be spinning new artists. I got probably let me see. I think I got like four indie artists from Memphis in rotation right now. So just doing my thing, man, doing my thing with it. Like I said, I'm thankful for radio. I'm
Are you
thankful.
able? I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad, G.
Nah, you cool, you cool. But yeah,
Are
just
you
just thankful for that.
are you able to play like what you want to, or is it a list? How does that work? You play what you want to
Nah. I can play what I want. I can play what I want. And that's the thing that I love about my situation is
from the Pine Hill area over there, about
yeah,
Pine
South
Hill,
Side. Yeah, about South
South
Side.
Side.
Yeah, I'm from Southside. But yeah, that's the thing I love about being on this station. Like I had creative freedom. I talked to some of my other associates who are radio personalities, like at 107 and like the other stations, the Clear Channel stations, iHeart stations rather, and they be talking about how restricted they are and how it should be feeling like prison. But me, I could I can play what I want. You know what I'm saying? I can do what I want. I got that freedom. And I'm thankful for it. And I'm just thankful for the shit. I'll be honest.
That's what's up, man. Well, I'm definitely gonna, man, make sure I've been in rotation with a lot of like up and coming artists who coming with a budget too now, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? They not just
yeah.
up and coming, but they actually spending a little money, and
Right.
they really tapped into this Memphis market. So I'm gonna be trying to send them your way. I already sent someone your way. I don't know if they contacted you yet, but I sent them your way about just the interview, radio. Yeah, I already sent them your way. So
Okay. Bet. Believe it. They need to say that you sent them. That way I can mess with them a little harder. You know what I'm saying? That's
for
what I
sure,
do,
man.
man. I mess with people a little harder when yeah. When
For
you
sure, for
tapped
sure.
in, I mess with you a little hard.
Man, y'all got any questions for Brink before we get out of here?
I
And
saw one.
yeah, Brink, I'm still learning too, man. So I'm still learning how to. I'm a hood nigga too, so I'm still learning how to do this shit, and
I
so
got you.
man,
I got you. It was one question I saw. It said something about a female or something. I couldn't even read it.
not a female.
What it
Have
say?
you ever worked with Wicked Films?
You say have a what now?
They say, have you ever worked with Wicked Films?
Not yet. Not yet. Shout out to Wicked fans though. Like I remember this was a few years back. Me and Wicked fans was at we was at One Sound Studio, and he was like, "Hey Brink, I'm thinking about doing like interviews." I was like, "Okay, that what's up?" And he was like, "You okay with it?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Are you cool with it?" And I was like, "Nigga, yeah. I don't have a monopoly on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Go
Right.
ahead, do it. No problem. Like you can ask Wicked, he'll tell you. Wicked got a lot of respect for me, man. Lot of respect for me. Like lot of respect for me.
Let me ask you this then, since you said that, bro, because I look at you like one of the pioneers, for sure, if not the pioneer, and not just saying this shit because you're on my platform. But why do you think your name ain't like you definitely got your own space
Right,
and you
right.
doing your thing. But it's just like a lot of people who done came behind you, kind of like getting the success of it.
Yo.
Yeah. So why do you
Yeah,
think
but
that? Why do you
like
think that, man?
like I say,
Is it the
man,
era, just the times, or what?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like I say, man, it's a lot of people who just figured out the code, man. They cracked the code. People, man, they out internet me,
Just
and
drop the
I can
question
say that
again, Miss
respectfully.
Tasha.
You say what?
I was telling her that she talking about scroll up, want to work the shit out
Oh,
of me.
okay,
Just
okay,
drop the
okay.
question again about the female.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah, like I say, man, respectfully, like it's just a different time. I came in at a time where, man, it was just different. And then I'm gonna say this, um, some people didn't start doing what I do. They started something else, and something else is what got them further along. Once they got
Makes sense.
further along, that's when they
Then
kind of
they
changed lanes.
right. So it kind of like
So
they brought that audience over
right,
to
right,
this.
right,
So
right,
it gave them an advantage.
right.
It gave them an advantage.
Right. Yeah, I
Right,
can
right. I
agree with
get
it. I can agree with it. But I mean, even still, like if I would have took routes that other people took, it would have been me too. But this is the route I chose, and I'm happy with the route I chose, and this is the route I'm sticking with. Like I be saying, this guy was he's not from Memphis, by the way, but he was a videographer, and now I see him speaking on rap beefs and shit like that because it's what's popular, it's what's trending. And I'm like, bro, you used to shoot music videos, but now you doing this? Like, how they work? But people just they cracking the code. And I mean, like I say, it's just not for me to do what other people did. It's just not in me.
right.
I say that.
Right. That's how I be feeling like a lot of people be wanting me to go about things a certain way. I'm like, I'm just not the person who I don't really do clickbait. I
Right.
don't really
And that's
like a lot of things I'm not
and
comfortable
that's
with
what it
doing,
is. That's
man.
what it
You
is.
know
And
what I'm
I and
saying?
I didn't want to say that disrespectfully and be like, yeah, it's warm out here, boy. I'm sweating. But
I see,
anyway, I'm sitting
damn.
on the porch, cooling on the porch and shit. Well, I ain't cooling, I'm warming. But anyway, like that's partially what it is, clickbait. Maybe people started, doing clickbait or
Okay, the question was too. I'm listening to you, but I'm just reading the question, man.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you had the chance to mentor a female for a couple anchors,
Probably co-anchor. That's probably what she
oh,
meant.
okay, for co-anchor, would you do it now?
Yeah, of course, of course. Like I've worked with female uh co-hosts and stuff like that in the past. It ain't work out. The first girl I started working with, like she was trying to smash all the artists, and that just ain't a good look. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's
I
not
got a
a
backstory. I'm gonna talk to you off camera about this, but I
okay.
know a backstory on the female anchor that you tried to help and where it didn't work out.
Okay, bet I doubt we talking about the same person right now, but yeah. But yeah, man, like so the first one she trying to, smash the different artists and this and that and stuff like that. Like I think it's just I don't know, man. It's just gotta be the right, it's gotta be the right, it's gotta be the right formula. Um People gotta be driven, people gotta be motivated to do this. People gotta understand that it's not always gonna be celebrities, it's not always gonna be easy. Like it's a journey. Like this is a rough road that I took. Did I want to take it alone? Of course not. Like I came in with several people on board. Now it's just me. So it's like you just got to work through it. But yeah, I'm definitely open to coaching, or training, a female co-anchor. Do I necessarily want that on my platform? Not sure, not sure. Maybe. I mean. I be thinking about developing a whole new platform where I could have female co-hosts and stuff like that, like something else, But it's possible, definitely possible.
I think that's kind of like something I want to do. Like I kind of get a little inspiration from what it is, what it is, like Cameron and May. So I
Yeah,
kind of like the introduction of Stat Baby on there.
right.
Like just don't
Yeah,
matter reading, I was just narrating. Even ESPN, you got Molly on there. She kind of help think, keep shit moving along.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I might be interested in that in the future, like someone coming along and just helping
Sweating,
me out.
man.
I see, man. We ain't gonna hold you too much
Nah,
longer,
I'm
bro. I
just
definitely
I
appreciate
just
y'all, man.
wanted to make fun of it before people did. Like I like to get in front of
Yeah,
the bus before somebody try to hit me with it. Be like, my brush shirt wet as hell. Yup, you
yeah.
sure right.
You know
Nah, I
that
just
shit
wanted to get in
coming.
front of
That's
it.
how it be though. They notice everything on live
That's
though.
what I'm
For sure,
saying.
for
That's what I'm
sure.
saying. That's why I'm not finna act like it ain't. Nah, nigga, we finna put emphasis on. I'm gonna zoom in on the bitch.
Man, thanks,
Nah, we
thanks.
good though, family. We good.
Let me see. So
But
man, when
yeah,
it comes to
now I was
go
gonna
ahead,
say
go ahead.
real quick, I was gonna say, yeah, I do like that dynamic that they got on It Is What It Is, man, with Stat Baby and all of that, because for her to be a sports analyst and for them to be kind of like the color commentators, that makes it so cool. You always gotta have the analyst, and then you always gotta have the person who provides the comic relief or the jokes and shit like that. So
Thanks.
yeah, I like that. And that's something that I would like to try. I'm gonna be honest, I gotta tell you this. Something like that was presented to me years ago. It was supposed to be I want to say her name is Reby. She's a model, Reby Perion. She pitched it to me. She said, "How about me or her, me and Famous Animal do a podcast together?" And everybody was game. We was all game, but it never happened. It never happened. I'm not sure what happened, but it never happened. But everybody was cool with it. Like everybody was cool with it. It was supposed to be Reby, Famous, and me doing a podcast, but never kicked off. So I don't know if they still trying to do something or want to do something. Hey, what's happening? Let's get it. But
Thanks,
yeah, man.
thanks. I did have one question I wanted to ask you before I got out of here though. And it goes back to just like people coming like your formula, not saying people are stealing your ideas and let me
Right, right, yeah.
straighten that up. But just the people that the predecessors, the people who they came behind, and you know what I'm saying. Like I look at like some of the information I give, and I know people be in my chat and come back and put the same spin on my shit and have big numbers. You know what I'm saying off of the same work. So does that rub you the wrong way, or how do you go about like just? I know you comfortable with what you doing, but when you know like a platform that pretty much you kind of ushered in, and then when you see some of the people who started behind you kind of getting the success from it, how does that make you feel though? Like on man time, like for real, for not business time like it is, but on man time, does that make you feel a certain type of way, or just fuck it, I gotta go harder?
Definitely the fuck it. I gotta go harder part. Another part is like I look at certain opportunities that people get, and I'd be like, "Damn, I would have killed that interview."
No money don't run this channel though. Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like,
I'm
damn,
fucking
I would
with
have killed that opportunity. I would have killed that interview if you know what I'm saying, if I had that. That's a lot of times how I look at it. Like, bro, if that was me, like, you know what I'm saying.
right,
But as far as like you said on man time, man, in the beginning, it bothered me until we met, you know, because like once I met once I met Famous Animal, I remember it was an artist. He hired me and hired him to come, get at his event. And I remember seeing him across the room and he saw me and he started smiling. So I walked over there to him, introduced myself to him, and we shook hands. And I told him, I said, they expect us to beef, right? He put his head down, was like, yeah. I said, we ain't gonna give him that, right? He started smiling. He was like, for sure. And To me, it's different when you confident in what you do and you confident in who you are and you really devoted to making Memphis a better place. You don't feed into a lot of things. You don't give into a lot of even your feelings or your emotions. You don't give into that because you never lose sight of what the mission is. My mission has been from jump to make Memphis a better city. Do I feel a type of way? I did in the beginning. Yeah, of course I did. I remember people start bringing the shit up. Like I remember people, man, damn, that man done shot out past you, bro. Man, you need to start talking about folk beefs. That's not my lane. That's not my route. I never wanted to do that. Like I said at the top of this interview, I never wanted to be the one. Next thing you know, you make yourself a target. You in the
Hey,
middle of the shit. Now they shooting your house up. They shooting your car up. Or they'll never come do an interview on your platform just because you spoke on some shit that you ain't got no business speaking on. The who's who, they come to my platform. They come on my show. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I never wanted to take that route. I'm not discrediting that route. Hey, it's gotta be somebody to talk about the shit. It has to be
right.
somebody. I'm just not him. And if that causes my numbers to not blow up and inflate, well, so be it. I'm living an okay life. I'm getting money. Like I'm cool. But in the beginning, yeah, I felt a certain type of way because, like I say, people, you know how people get in your head, man, you way better than such and such, this and that, and then you start really feeling it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's about helping everybody get to the same level, and that's just me. I mean, I don't know. People weird, and people want to see a show. People want to see people arguing. People want to see people beefing. They want to see people into it. Like I told Famous, we ain't gonna give them that, right? I'm the
Right.
big brother. The big brother sets the tone. So that's just what I do. South Memphis, what happening?
Thanks, hey, man. I definitely can respect that, man. And we need more media personalities, more journalists who share their rhetoric, like just on man coming together, not giving these folks a shit show, uh, and showing that Memphis can work together. Though, like people think
Right,
that Memphis ain't really work with each other, but often we show that we can't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when the money come involved, we don't know how to act.
right,
It's all
yeah,
good until the money come involved. But when it's a hint of a dollar sign, man, niggas show their real intentions. And when you infuse that with the clout, it's like it's hard to really decipher a person's real motive.
yeah,
But my goal is, man, the reason I reach out to people who bigger than me, who got more going on, because I'm confident in myself, first of all.
right,
And I know I got into this media space just for my own personal shit, not to piggyback or take nobody ideas. So I have no issue with linking up with people, aligning with people who like minded or just pushing a positive narrative and just, really trying to get something out of it. So I'm all about building bonds
right.
and
It's
just
it's it's building a bridge, man. Like who? I'm gonna say this: if you go in a room, are you finna go hang and talk to the broke folks if you broke, or you go talk to the person who getting some money so you can figure out how to get some money? You always want to level up, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with reaching out to somebody, because especially if that person operates out of humility, they go see where you at and be like, yeah, I got you, no problem. Like you reached out to me, shit, no problem. What's up? You know,
say,
I had to navigate through all them technical issues to figure this out to make this happen because I was
right,
determined to make this happen. And it wasn't about, yeah, I'm finna get on here and pop my shit. Nah, I want to get on here and have a good conversation with this young brother who trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to improve your life by doing this project. You trying, man, this junk get to the point to where you making millions. Good. I was a part of it. Like that's me.
right,
Like I ain't no I ain't no big eyes over here. You know what I'm saying? It's about helping people level up. That's just me. That's my
right.
background.
And
I
I
know what I
remember
done
talking to
did.
someone.
You said what?
Talking to someone, I remember talking to someone like early on. I let them know I was gonna do an interview with you, and
Yeah.
they was like, "Man, Brink TV, he good, but he was popping like some years ago." And I was like, "No, bro,
Right.
still
Exactly. Right.
doing this thing. Like he's
Yeah.
still getting awards and shit like that." I was
Right.
like, and fuck all that. He from
Right.
Memphis, bro. Like I ain't even, this ain't no clout channel.
The
You know what
funny
I'm saying?
thing
I'm not
is,
trying to
the funny
go.
thing is, I didn't even know I was popping years ago. Because I'm me every day. Like I don't I don't see what the public see. Like I'm just me. I know I'm working. I know I'm earning money. That's it. I know I work with people who I dream of working with. So that's all I know. So as far as like popping, only thing I can say is I'm relevant. That's all I can say. I never lost
Man,
relevance. That's all I can say. As far as popping or this and that, I don't know. I'm just me. If the people say I'm popping, hell, the radio station general manager called. Well, she texted me the other day and said that Brink Radio was the number one time slot last Sunday. So that's popping, I guess. I don't know, but like I say, I'm just me. I know I'm doing my thing. I know I'm working, and I'm just gonna keep working. What the public
man,
see, what the public say, honestly, don't know. Do I care? Partially, but overall, bro, I'm having the time of my life. Like seriously,
man, man.
like man, this career. I'm gonna say this. This career has afforded me to meet and work with some people that I've been a fan of since I was a child and to get to the level where they know who I am. That means a lot to me. To still be earning money and not still be earning money, but to get to the level of earning money to where I don't have to work the corporate job no more. I was a supervisor at a warehouse. I left that job 3 years ago. That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, bro, all of that, I'm just thankful. Like, I'm super thankful. Like, I'm just thankful. That's the best way I can put it.
For sure, bro. I respect it. So, what has Memphis taught you, man? Getting out of here, what Memphis taught you, man? What
Man,
in Memphis taught you that you could take all around, like you said, we can make it anywhere. And what has Memphis instilled in you that you just don't forget?
Memphis taught me how to be a running back. That's all I can say, dog. Memphis taught me how to be a running back. And I ain't talking about no pass play. I'm talking about a running play. I'm talking about Memphis give you the ball. Here, nigga, go.
Yeah,
Tuck that
go.
mug, you know what I'm saying? And just go.
Yeah.
Don't stop running until you see the goal line. Like,
I
that's it.
never heard that before. I like that too, though, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. I like that.
It's so
For
many
sure, for sure.
obstacles, man, that we have to face
Mm.
as Memphians. I feel like we face more obstacles here than any other city in the United States. Um, this is a very poor and disenfranchised city. We don't have the best resources. We got some resources. We don't have the best. But if you able to make a name for yourself and make a living for yourself and take that name to another city and they recognize it, you done good. Like my daddy say, you done good.
You
So
done
that's
good.
what's
For
happening.
sure, for sure. Well, man, I appreciate you coming through the platform. I really did enjoy talking to you, picking your brain, hearing from another Memphis who far more accomplished, been doing this shit for a minute. And really, bro, in the future, I'd like you to come through and do another one with me, though, bro. I enjoyed this with you. Or shit, come back your platform and chop it up with you, bro. But I did appreciate the interview, though, man, the
I'm
time.
with it, man. I appreciate that, man. And like I say, thank you for the opportunity. I'm never too busy. Like I say, let me know. I make the time, man. That's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make time. I always
Man,
make time for my city, man.
for sure, bro. Appreciate you. I wish you much success. Continue killing it in the media and with the radio, and man, just continue to be a pioneer. I'm just saluting you. I know you was doing this shit way longer than me. You still thriving. You still popping your shit. So I just thought it was fitting to have you on my platform as one of the people that I know for sure, ain't pretending. This
Right,
is
right.
definitely your lane. You stamp seal with a good track record of doing it. for real.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, I thank you for recognizing all it. Everybody don't, but I appreciate you for recognizing it.
For sure, man. Good having you through, man. Enjoy the rest of your day too, homie.
No doubt, man. We still got to chop it up off the air about what we were talking about.
Hey, I just text you the name. I just
Okay.
text you the name. So what you
I'm gonna
do?
check it out.
Look at the name. Look at the name right now while you on camera. And I want to see your expression on camera.
Hold up.
That's how you do that. And you tell me was that name good or bad? What's up
Yeah.
with that name right there?
I, I don't know. I
I
don't know.
did.
But I don't know. I don't think I've ever I don't think I ever really tried to have her as a co-host. I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
I did. I had a we
Okay.
was on something else, I had
Right.
a we
I
we was
heard
working
about the
on.
some else part. I heard about the some else
Right,
part.
yeah. That was acting. Yeah, I was man, I had this sitcom I was trying to do, and I had a deal with CW30 in Memphis, and it
Mm.
was gonna show on there, and it just the shit fell apart, man. Like I invested like $20,000 of my own money into that project, and everything went down the drain. And like I said, that
I
man,
think that person just gonna have in my point of view, that motherfucker didn't have no talent. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
That's
well,
just my no talent to me. That's just to
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Just
she a
gotta have
looker.
no.
She definitely a
That's it.
looker.
That's it, though. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But I'm talking
yeah.
about
I
far as the business that you want to be in, like, didn't have the talent for me. You know what
needed
I'm
some
saying?
work. Yeah, it needed
Need
some
some
work.
work.
Needed a lot of
Right.
work, a lot of work. And
He said a lot.
the thing about me, man, when I see people, like I see something, and then I feel like it's my job to help cultivate and build it. But if it ain't in them, it just ain't in them. But they got
Right.
the look. The look be the first thing that get my attention. This with guys,
Right.
girls, everything, because I always try to put somebody on something. Like, you ever thought about acting? You know, I got one of my homeboys. He did this um video with actress Elise Neal. She had reached out to me. Elise Neal from the Hughleys. She had reached
Right.
out
I
to
saw the
me.
interview.
Yeah, she called me asking me if I knew an actor who could play this role for this quick little social media skit. And I reached out to my homeboy. Was like, hey, man, what you got popping? Because I know he got the ideal look. Like when I look at people, I always, you'll be good for this, you'll be good for this. And then whenever an opportunity presents itself, I go get them.
Well, you put
And
me. You keep me in that motherfucker for now on, man. They looking
yeah,
for a 6'8" ex basketball player. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Keep me in mind, man. Ideal. I'm ideal for the camera. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hey, see, that's how you do it, man. You gotta present yourself. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Like
For
that's how
sure.
you do it, dog. That's how you do it. Like no matter who it is, whatever the situation is, hey, let yourself be known. Like that's how you get out here. I was at the Juvenile concert. I was at Juvenile concert a couple weeks ago, and I saw Mayor
Right.
Paul Young. I never met this man before in life. I walked straight up to him, introduced myself. How you doing, sir? Nice to meet you. I'm Brink Young. I'm South Memphis. Blah blah blah. He's like, oh, okay, okay. What'd you say your name is? I said Brink TV, Comcast Channel 31, Memphis, Tuesday nights. He's like, oh, okay, okay. You from here? I said, I'm from South Memphis. I made sure bruh knew who the fuck I was. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really
Yeah.
get out here and be in people's face. You gotta
Yeah.
present yourself, and
Yeah.
that's just what you did, man. You was like, man, you ever need a 6'8" ex basketball player? Hey, I'm here. And shoot, just off of
That's
that
real,
alone, man,
bro.
I'm keeping you in mind, family. Like I said, bro, I'm trying to
Matter of
get back
fact,
into filmmaking, man. Like for real, for real.
man, I got. You said you working on the, bro. We could definitely put together, some vlogs. Like I'm more, I would say, everybody platform different.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
kind of got some little difference to my platform and just some little elements and shit. But I definitely feel like I can help you out with the blog. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Just we both from the South, and I think we can work for sure on the blog. Just talking about that city, I can see us putting something together. But in closing, let me ask you this, bro. Like for real, this is my last question. I supposed to have the senator on my show at the end of the month.
Okay,
Uh, Miss London Lamar, and she's from Memphis.
okay.
Uh, so let me ask you, bro. It's the end of the month. We getting into it right now. What would be a good question you think would be good to ask her? Just coming from a Memphian, knowing the city, knowing what we facing. What would be a good question from your mind?
Mm-mm. Probably. I get okay. It's two ways that I look at Memphis. You look at Memphis from a grassroots level to where you're still there, like me and you, and then you got more of a political view of Memphis. Ask her how her view of Memphis differs from it was when she was just a regular civilian to now where she's a part of the Senate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
and then from there you could pick it back off of that and ask what changes could Memphians offer to improve their neighborhood, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like
got
honestly, like it's kind of like you know how you working at a job and you just a regular employee and then you get promoted like you a supervisor now. You can't move and act like how you did before. You know how you used to kick it with folks and steal time and shit
Right.
like that. Like
It's new rules and new
exactly.
guidelines. Right.
Exactly. So your view of the job isn't the same when you were a regular employee now that you're a supervisor. So just to kind of hear from her perspective or her aspect, like how do you view the city now as opposed to when you were just a regular civilian, as opposed to now where you're a part of the Senate. And then next you can piggyback and ask them, well, what can Memphians do to improve their neighborhood around them? Following her answer, providing her answer is a real strong answer. That's where you kind of, come off the screen with it. Basketball time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Well, that's what's up, bro. Like I said, once again, I definitely appreciate you coming through. Enjoyed the talk. Enjoyed, just asking, picking your brain about a little bit. We ain't just get too deep in it because we just talking, we chopping it up, bro. But you
Right,
definitely hit
facts.
me with a lot of gems and jewels,
Yeah,
and I appreciate you, bro.
no
So,
problem, man.
thanks for
Hey, I'm
coming
here.
through, man.
No doubt, man. I'm here whenever you need me. I'm here.
For sure, bro.
Hey,
Enjoy the rest of your day,
don't
bro.
you got what's the name coming up? Antonio Burks coming up.
Facts,
That's lit,
facts. I
man.
got burns coming up.
That's
Yeah, I
lit,
got
man.
burns coming up, bro.
Congratulations,
For
man.
sure.
That's
Make sure
lit.
you tune in, bro. And
Damn right.
jump in the truck.
Damn right, man. Yeah.
I appreciate that too, homie.
No doubt, man. South Memphis, what happening?
Big pinky thumb shit, man. Y'all say what's up to Brink, man. Y'all salute Brink for coming through, man. For
Hey, I
sure, for
appreciate
sure.
the chat. I ain't get to read much of the stuff. I promise I didn't because I'm focused on the interview. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for chopping it up. I see chocolate. Chocolate was all throughout the chat. That name kept
Yeah,
popping up.
chocolate, chocolate, she all throughout
Believe that.
she very opinionated and you know what I'm saying? She go, her, your money. I got a couple of them, man. They gonna talk back. Though. I ain't scared to talk. For real,
Okay.
though.
Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Like I say, chopping it up, listening to me, man. Listen to us, rather. Like I just appreciate it. Like I say, y'all check me out every Sunday night, 7 p.m., 96.3 FM. Listen live on bumper963.com. Check me out every Tuesday night, Comcast Channel 31 Memphis, 9 p.m., Brink TV. Watch live stream on brinktvshow.com, at Brink TV Show on all social media. And, hey, tap in where you fit in. Hit the DM if you're trying to beat them. South Memphis, what happening?
For sure, for sure. Appreciate that, man.
No doubt, man. It's love.
Love, man. Just hit that boy.
I'm out of here though, y'all.